Hello friends. I did a video a couple weeks ago talking about my emotional support makeup that I find to be very reliable, makeup that I find very, very comforting, and many of you actually requested I do this for my skincare. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna be talking about my emotional support skincare. This is the skincare that makes me feel safe. It makes me feel safe at night. It is reliable skincare. It is skincare, I would say all of the things I'm going to be talking about today I've been using for many years, at least a couple of years. And so these have become my old reliables. These have become either the skincare that I have to travel with, or if I don't travel with it, I'm thinking about it. I wish I had traveled with it. These are kind of just beyond favorites. These are really skincare products that bring out a feeling for me where I'm excited to use them. I always feel a little bit more peaceful while I'm using these products during my skincare routine. So why don't we go ahead and get started with what I have on my face. I have on eye mask. If you couldn't tell, I have eye masks on. These are the 111 Cryo Depuffing Eye Mask, and here's the packaging. So 111 Skin, and I do have a 15% off coupon code on their site. So I will leave that on the screen here. Of course, I will leave it down below in my description box, which I think it's always down there. But anyway, so I love these masks. I love them. I mean, I love the way a good sheet mask feels, right? They're always cooling. You have something on your face, which I feel like forces you to kind of like slow down a little bit. There's not much you can do with a mask on. I like using these on a plane. It kind of helps me, decompress from like the stress of traveling. It also helps obviously with like the moisture, and my skin is very, very dry. The air on airplanes is very dry. Anyway, I do appreciate eye masks and sheet masks. These eye masks from 111 Skin I find to be the most effective. They do their job. Not only do they feel great, not only are they fun to do, I think that's usually the charm of face masks, right? They're just so much fun. You like do them like at sleepovers, girls' weekends, all that kind of stuff. But these are actually very, very effective. They work very, very well. I suffer from puffiness, and I do amp up my usage of these depuffing masks this time of year as the seasonal allergies start to really, really wreak havoc on my sinuses, my skin. This whole area of my face, this under eye area, just starts to become not only puffy, but like really irritated. And I find that these eye masks not only help with puffiness, but just calming in general. I do keep them in my fridge, so I get that nice kind of like cooling sensation. And I just absolutely love them. And I was thinking about, when I was kind of coming up with this video and the products I wanted to talk about, how long have I been using these eye masks? I can't say for sure, but it's been years, because if you've been with me for a while, I've been talking about these eye masks for a really long time. But I have started using 111 Skin, kind of playing around with their skincare in general, when I discovered them at Barney's. So that's how long, at least, that I've been playing around with 111 Skin. And yeah, I just love all their masks. They have a black diamond line. I like that entire face mask. The under eye mask for those, they just came out with like a gold one, which is really nice. But because I have like sensitive, kind of like puffy skin underneath my eyes, these are my absolute favorites. So the Cryo Depuffing Eye Masks from 111 Skin, they just make me feel very comforted. They're like a hug and an eye mask. Okay, I'm gonna peel these off. And I don't have any makeup on today since I am talking about skincare. I thought, I don't know, I like to do that. When I talk about skincare, I'm like, let me just show all my skin. And in case I need to like demo something, I can kind of like, spot place things. Let me talk about actually the next thing I want to put on, because my lips are really dry. I love this U Beauty Plasma Lip Compound. They have come out with, well, this is the original. So no shade, no nothing. And then they've come out with many, many shades. I only have two right here. I have Fawn and I have Tulle. And I'm actually gonna apply Tulle. So they have one that's, I think it's called Lady. I have that somewhere. That one is like more of a pink. Cassis, which is more of like a berry color. They have so many shades. And I just love how this lip compound makes my lips feel. And I have to admit, when I first kind of came across these products from U Beauty, I wasn't quite sure what to make of them. I fully admit, The name Plasma Lip Compound really kind of threw me off. I was like, what is that? But I tried the universal one, I remember, before they came out with any of the tinted ones. And I was like, oh, this is skincare. This is not like a lip balm or like a lip gloss. And not really a surprise. UBD is a skincare brand. I think they have that foundation now, and they have this, but I don't think they have any other like makeup products. But this is most definitely a treatment for your lips. I find my lips to be much softer, obviously, after, but they feel very healed, and I like the texture of it too. I feel like I can put this on and it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like a really thick lip mask that I have to put on before I go to bed because I don't want to eat, drink, talk to anyone with that like lip mask on. It's like too goopy or whatever. I have a few products like that. They're great, but they're like a little goopy. This is great for like the everyday. Maybe you don't have any makeup on, maybe you're just hanging out in the house, it's a weekend or whatever, a weekday night. You just wanna throw on something that just like makes your lips feel good. This is amazing. And I love the fact that they came out with tinted ones because now you can kind of wear it around as like a lip product, as like a lip gloss. It has this really awesome cooling tip, which I love as well. Feels great going on. But I love the consistency of the product. It makes it very, very wearable. And I just love the way my lips feel when I'm done. So yeah, like I have so many of these. There's one usually in one of my purses. If I were to go through my closet of purses and go through all of them, I'd probably double the amount that I'm holding in my hands. So I absolutely love these guys from U Beauty. Highly recommend. I have like a whole bag of stuff on my lap because all of my stuff is upstairs and I'm downstairs in my filming area. So I had to bring it all down here. Oh, let me talk about another sheet mask before I move on. So this is the La Mer, the Treatment Lotion Hydrating Mask. This is basically the mask form of their treatment lotion. I just love this product. If you have dry skin that tends to be reactive in terms of like it gets kind of red, mine does that. Mine just turns red. Again, allergies oftentimes. I mean, if I just touch it, it'll go red and it'll just be irritated. My skin can be really, really fussy. And this treatment lotion, either form, it's just a moisture boost on top of it being very, very calming for my skin. It's just soothing. It's so soothing, and the mask form, which I really love, like I was saying about sheet masks before, it kind of forces you to slow down because you can't like run around with like a sheet mask on. So I do like to travel with this. When I get to my hotel, sometimes I'll put this on. If I'm feeling super duper dry and the plane feels super duper dry, I'll put this on the plane and just sort of like close my eyes and kind of like take it in. I don't leave it on for more than like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes or whatever. You don't need to use it for that long to like really appreciate the effects of it, but I like to leave it on for as long as I can. The treatment lotion is great. I will use this after I've cleansed my skin before I go in with other products. And it's just such a great like skin prep step because again, if you have dry skin, it's this moisture boost that is like it's like a deep sigh in a skincare product. So this absolutely, absolutely is one of those products that you can see how big this bottle is. I don't travel with this very often. I used to have like a little deluxe sample bottle of it and I just kept like refilling it. But that, for some reason, I either tossed it out or I lost it or I left it at a hotel. I cannot find that little bottle anymore. So the last trip I took when I went to Cabo, I didn't bring this with me and I just kept thinking about it. Thank God Cabo was very humid and I didn't feel like my skin was extra dry, but yeah, it's just become like such a fantastic part of my skincare routine, one that I really depend on to kind of keep my skin like balanced. Oh my God, do you know who I feel like right now? Because I just keep taking stuff out of this bag. Do you guys remember Emilio Estevez in The Breakfast Club? The lunch scene when he just like has that big like brown paper bag and he's just taking food out, everyone's staring at him. He's got like sandwich after sandwich. That's who I feel like right now. Oh, since I just talked about this guy and using it when I travel, there's another product that I love to use when I travel. I've talked about this particular product so much on my channel that I'm like, I really need to like just shut up and like stop talking about it quite as much. But this is the Velvet Sleeping Mask with Saffron Flowers from Sisley. This is the best like non-sheet mask ever. I love it. It is absolutely perfect for when I travel. I haven't taken this with me when I travel. I used to like put this on my skin as soon as I got to the hotel because I would look tired, I would feel tired. And this just makes you look like you've been well rested. But now I just sort of leave it at home. Sometimes I regret it, but I leave it at home. And when I come home from a trip, I generally will put this on and go to sleep with this on. It is So comforting. It's so comforting. It's so relaxing. There's something about the saffron flowers fragrance in here. I just love it. I love it. It's intoxicating. It's not heavy at all. It's very, very light, but it's not invigorating either. So it's really, really relaxing. But this sleep mask is so good. It's great for sensitive skin. It's great for dry skin. It's great for skin that's very reactive. It's absolutely perfect. Like if you feel like you're like my skin twin, like my recommendations you've always like really jived with, I think you'd really, really enjoy this Velvet Sleeping Mask. I love this line from Sisley. They have a cream in it, which I also love, but I needed to chop this list down. But I do like the face cream in this. But the other Sisley saffron product that I needed to bring down, because this I never travel with because the tube is just too big. And I'm like, that's extra. I don't need to travel with this. But I miss it. I miss it every time I travel, and that is the Velvet Nourishing Body Cream from Sisley. So this is part of that saffron line. You guys, it's just so good. It doesn't leave my skin feeling like too overly oily. I have a real problem with body moisturizers. I have really, really dry body skin, but I don't like putting on like a super thick like body butter. I don't like putting clothes on over a really thick body butter. I don't like getting into bed with like a really thick body butter, which is why I love this cream. It's why I love that Lily's Korean body like resurfacing duo, because that's super duper light. Like the Necessaire body products, those are great because they're super light too. They have a serum, and it's a serum, so it's like not heavy at all. And then you just put the lotion on top, and their lotion, the consistency is not that heavy either. But anyway, this guy is so good. It's the perfect consistency. It's not going to leave your skin feeling goopy or anything. The scent, again, that saffron flower scent, it's just a pure delight. I wish Sisley would come out with this scent as an actual perfume. I would buy it by the gallon. I love it so much. I love it so much. This product and the sleeping mask both are those products that like when I come home, as soon as I like roll my luggage into my bathroom, about ready to like unpack or whatever, I think about these products and I'm like, oh, I'm home. I can't wait to use them again. Very comforting products that really make me feel like safe, make me feel at home. So since we were just talking about body lotion, let me talk about the Diptyque Smoothing Body Polish. This is amazing. And this was gone for a really long time. And I had heard that they were going to discontinue it. And I lost my mind. And I was like, oh my God. And I tried to look for it. It was out of stock everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. Anyway, I had become friendly with one of the managers at the Diptyque boutique at Caesars. And I walked in there and I was like, I can't believe it's gone. She's like, they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. So anyway, it's been back for, I don't know, a couple of years now at this point. I've gone through so many jars of this smoothing body polish. And I hope you can tell how unique the texture of this body polish is just by looking at it. It's thick, but kind of moussey and like spongy. That's actually the best word for this. It's spongy. The texture of this is spongy. It has the perfect amount of grit in there, not too much, not too little. The scent is divine. I mean, it's Diptyque, so you know it's going to be incredible, but it's very unisex. My husband uses it every once in a while. I tell him to be very careful because it's my favorite. He can't use too much. I'm a little greedy when it comes to this smoothing body polish, but it is perfect. You know, there's like other body exfoliators that I can use, like that Lily's one that I really like. It's like a serum type product that you can use before you wet your body, and then it has an accompanying lotion afterwards. I just started that, so that's why I didn't bring it down for this video, but I just wanted to mention that because there's like other different types of exfoliators that you can use, but I really like using like a body scrub because you get to massage your legs at the same time. And how often do we get to do that? You know what I mean? How often do we get to like stop and like give ourselves a massage? So I like to use this at least once a week. I would say twice a week. And I love to take that extra minute or two in the shower and just like massage myself. And it takes me away, Calgon. It takes me away. So that is the body polish. Let me see, are there any other body products? No. Okay, the rest of this is all face. So there's two things that I wanted to talk about that I don't have because I just ran out of one, and the other one I need to order. So they're SPFs. They're my two favorite SPFs, and I've talked about them endlessly. The first one is the Clé de Peau UV Protective Cream. I'll put a picture of it up here. That's the one I just ran out of. But these creams are incredible. Doesn't feel like a sunscreen. It's SPF 50, which is what I really need here living in Las Vegas. And the texture is great. The very light fragrance is fine. It does not bother me. It's not bothersome at all. And especially in the summertime, you know, I'm coming off the winter and I love layering a ton of skincare because, again, I have very, very dry skin. And once the weather starts to get warmer, I feel like I can't do that. I just can't put on that many layers. So the Clé de Peau UV Protective Cream and the other SPF I'm going to talk about, they both can act as moisturizers, and it's perfect. So I don't have to put on a moisturizer and then the sunscreen on top and then just feel like I'm melting when I go outside. The other SPF I wanted to mention is the Revive, the Soleil Superior. You got that one. I think I've been using longer than the Clé de Peau, because I think the Clé de Peau one is a little bit newer, but I think I've been using the Revive for five or 6 years now, and the Clé de Peau pretty much since they released it. So love those two SPFs. They have really silky textures. They're both SPF 50. Really silky textures, can double as moisturizer and SPF, and they're just wonderful. They're really, really beautiful products. And speaking of SPF, I also love my Shiseido Clear Sunscreen Stick. This also is 50 plus. I love using this because I can reapply it during the day, even if I have makeup on. So it never interferes with makeup. It's a very slick kind of silicone formula. So it just glides right over any of your makeup, powder, cream products, whatever you have. I've tested it a lot. This is probably the second or third stick that I've gone through. It's amazing. I always like to travel with this. It makes me feel good, especially if I'm gonna be like out and about and walking around if I'm traveling, or, you know, one of my cruises or whatever. I always stick this in my bag, and anytime I remember to do so, I just pull it out and I just glide it all over my face. It is fantastic, and it has saved me, over the past few years, saved me from many a sunburn that I'm sure I would have gotten without that. Okay, let's talk about cleansers. You guys have heard me talk about this endlessly as well. This is the Kogan Do Cleansing Spa Water. This was another product that I actually discovered at Barney's when I was still living in New York. So I've been using this product for 11 or 12 years. It is my absolute favorite makeup remover. It is like the first step to cleansing my skin, basically. And it's so light. It's fragrance free. It really is just like water. It's not biphasal, so there isn't like an oily component to it at all. It literally just feels like water, like you're just gliding water all over your face. It is very, very gentle. I find that it takes off waterproof mascara for me, but you do have to like put it on a cotton pad and like leave it on your skin for a bit for it to kind of like break down the waterproof mascara, but it will do it. And this also comes in sheets, and the sheets have like a nice amount of product in them. They're also really large size sheets, so I feel like I can really get in to like my makeup or whatever. So I take those when I travel. I do not bring this giant bottle with me. I take the sheets when I travel. That is the Kogan Do Cleansing Spa Water. Love it. And this was my introduction to Kogan Do. And you guys know how much I love their brands. So I love that as a makeup remover. So, okay, so the Cleansing Spa Water, first step to removing my makeup. And then what I like to use to kind of go in and get rid of everything. My second step is the Luminous Cleansing Elixir, the LCE from Retrouvé. I love this, you guys. Retrouvé is another brand, and this product in particular, I talked about so much on my channel. It was kind of like the Velvet Sleeping Mask, where I was like, let me slow it down. I've been talking about it a lot. Let me talk about some other products, but I love this product. And they do have little travel sizes of it. I've used up this travel size that I had like many, many, many trips ago. So I have not traveled with this in a while, and I do miss it. Every time I travel. I mean, I've got great cleansing balms. I got great face washes, but there's just something really luxurious about it. There's something about the texture of it. So it's a luminous cleansing elixir, and they do describe it as like a cleansing balm, but it's already broken down. So it's in a pump like this. It's an airless pump, and all of the Retrouvé products are formulated without any water. So essentially they are concentrated, if you will. So they're not watered down in the least bit. So you just need like one pump of that, and then just work it in. And much like the body exfoliator, like you're gonna want to sit there and like massage your face. I'm not one to like linger when I do my skincare. I'm not one to like linger in the shower. I just, go in, I do my business and I'm done. But when I exfoliate, when I use the luminous cleansing elixir, I really like to kind of take my time with it. There's no fragrance at all. So it's purely just like the feeling of it, because it really just feels like ooey gooey liquid silk. It is so divine, and I love how clean it gets my skin, but also how like balanced it makes my skin. My skin doesn't feel like overly oily or moisturized afterwards. It doesn't feel dry at all. I will use a damp washcloth and just like wipe it off of my face, and my skin just, it feels baby soft. It feels so clean, feels totally refreshed. This stuff is absolutely incredible. The Retrove line, all of the products I've used from them, absolutely incredible. Okay guys, this product I talk about pretty much like once or twice a year because it comes out in this season, because it is absolutely incredible. Again, if you suffer from allergies and this part of your skin, like your sinuses or the skin that covers your sinus area, if that becomes inflamed or bothered, I like to use this BioLifting Repair Concentrate. And I was actually on like a Chantecaille call with one of their trainers, and I think she was based in Texas. I could be making that up, but anyway, she was talking about how she liked to use this when her skin was just like highly irritable, when it was being really fussy, and she talked about seasonal allergies. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought to use it this way. I always used it kind of as like an eye cream or whatever, because it is a concentrate. It has this really beautiful, rich kind of texture to it. But I started using it as soon as I started to feel like this skin just, you can kind of feel it. It's not like itchy, but it's just like you can feel it. Like you can feel your skin there. I don't know how else to describe it, but I think you guys know what I mean. It's like not necessarily itchy, but like it's on. It's on. It's like all the nerves are like, what's happening? Anyway, whenever I feel that, I like to use the BioLifting Repair Concentrate. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, not only is it like great for my skin, it's really moisturizing. I do feel I have larger pores here. I do feel like it minimizes my pores. But the best thing is it really just calms my skin. It kind of like all those nerves, it kind of like, kind of like soothes everyone like back to sleep. So I do love that. I don't think that they market this product to do that at all. I don't think that that's why it was developed, but it does do that. It does do that. So BioLifting Repair Concentrate, I absolutely love it. Oh, I did want to mention this because I did mention this in my last vlog. I did a sponsorship with Revive, which I'm just so proud of. I'm so like just blown away that they'd want to work with me. But the Revive Anti-Aging Oil, I've been using this for quite a while as well, on top of their Soleil Superior. And I talked about this product in my vlog, but this is such a great anti-aging oil if you have dry skin. It is like meant to be used in the evenings as like a last step to your skincare routine. So you just wanna like do your whole skincare routine and then put this on, and it sort of like cocoons everything in. And if you have dry skin, oh man, you're gonna wake up with like brand new skin. It's also great if you feel like your skin is extra dry, you can put like a pump or like half a pump even into your moisturizer just to give it a little extra boost. If you feel like this moisturizer is usually good, but I'm feeling really dry today and I need a little extra bump, you wanna add a little bit of this into your moisturizer. It's fantastic. And this oil is not your typical oil because it is almost, I mean, this sounds gross, but almost like an ointment kind of texture, maybe a little bit thinner than that, but it's ooey gooey. It's actually very similar to the Retrove, the Luminous Cleansing Elixir. It has a very similar texture. Ooh, so good. Ooh, there's another product I wanted to talk about that I don't have because I used it up and I need to repurchase it, but it is the Dr. Barbara Sturm Hyaluronic Serum. It is very good. Again, for dry skin, hyaluronic acid, draws moisture in. If you live in a very dry climate like I do, and there's no moisture in the air to pull in, you definitely want to make sure that you apply something over it, something like the anti-aging oil, something really like cocoon-like. Otherwise, it's actually going to dry out your skin. So this particular hyaluronic serum, I find to actually be effective. Like I saw a difference. I could feel a difference in my skin. It just felt more pliable. I think because I have dry skin, when it feels dry, not only does it feel tight, I feel like most of us, right, have felt tight skin before. It's like freshly washed skin or something, or like you've come out of the pool or whatever. Your skin can feel really tight. But if you have really dry skin, it goes beyond that a little bit where your skin feels kind of hard, hard from like a hard sponge. You know what I mean? Like a sponge that needs to be wet. Anyway, the hyaluronic serum, it was like immediately I could feel like that hard sponge just sort of like come to life. It's incredible. It like really like plumps out any of your fine lines. It's so good. And it's light enough. I mean, it's a typical kind of serum where there's like a little bit of a goo to it, but it's light enough that I can put it on and I can still put moisturizer on top. I can put my oils and everything. It doesn't interfere with any of my other skincare. It's just a really, really impeccable formula. I'm a big fan of that Dr. Barbara Sturm hyaluronic serum. I think I've recommended it in almost all of my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. When the Beautylish gift card event comes around, I'm like, get it, because sometimes I know that serum will sell out during the Sephora VIB sale. Anyway, it's excellent. I highly recommend that if you are looking for a hyaluronic serum. And last but not least, you guys knew I was going to end on this, but it is the La Mer moisturizing cream. I have been using this the longest out of anything in my collection, longer than any makeup, anything. This I have been using since I was about 25. I'm going to be 53 this year, so for about 28 years I've been using La Mer. And the reason why I started using this was because I had very, very bad eczema starting in high school, all throughout my 20s and my 30s. I had a really hard time with makeup. I basically didn't wear makeup, and I would use steroid cream anytime I got like a really bad flare-up. But I noticed, and the dermatologist also warned me, like, you're not supposed to use steroid cream for more than like, you know, a few days at a time, maybe a couple weeks at most. And I would find that I would have to be using it constantly. Like it was always coming up, always coming up. And I was like, I need to find some sort of like lotion or over-the-counter situation that helps my skin. And I tried basically from like the bottom to the top. So I started with Aquaphor, whatever they had back then. I started also with Cetaphil. That's what I used to wash my face with. I mean, I tried everything, absolutely everything. And then it was either in Vogue or Harper's Bazaar. There was a whole article about La Mer and this like cult of La Mer and blah, blah, blah. And at the time there was only the moisturizing cream, and you could only get it, I think, at like Saks and Bergdorf. You know, it was like super coveted. It was always sold out. And I think back then this jar was around, it was between $150 and $200. And of course, back then, I mean, this is like, I don't know, like mid to late 90s. I was like, oh my God, like I had to save up all of my money. And they weren't giving out samples, like nothing back then. And I think this was even before Estee Lauder purchased them. Anyway, I got my hands on a jar, finally. And for me personally, again, this is not something La Mer markets. They don't talk about this in any way, but it got rid of my eczema. If I just washed my face with Cetaphil or just splashed it with water and then put this on, my skin was fine. The eczema like didn't come up. And I don't promote this product to be used that way, but that is why I love La Mer. It is why it is like my best friend, my best buddy. If I like burn my skin with like a, like a heating tool on my forehead or something, I'll put this on there. It cures it. It is really, for me, a very magical kind of cream. And I know this is a very polarizing product. I feel like people either hate it or they love it. And I get so many comments. Anytime I talk about this product, I get so many comments where some people are like, it's life-changing, my skin's never looked better, to like, how dare you talk about such an expensive product? You know, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. What can I say? But it does have a fragrance too. I know it took me a while to get used to the fragrance, and I've always heard if you have eczema, rosacea, anything like that, stay away from fragrance. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's just really, really incredible. So I wanted to end on this product because this has been my special bestie, my special best friend for over 25 years now, 28 years. God, I can't believe I've been using this for like 28 years. Anyway, I absolutely love this product. So those are all of my skincare products that make me feel safe, that I can depend on. They make me feel like I'm home, like I can relax. They're very soothing to me. All of these products I absolutely love. And like I said, I've been using all of these products for so long, so long. I mean, maybe not as long as the La Mer, but for many, many years. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please share, please share down below what some of your emotional support skincare products are. Would love to hear from you, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't already. And if you're watching me on mobile, please hype this video, which is down below. There's like a little hype button if you can. I don't think that function is available for everyone, but if you can, I would love that. And I'll see you in my next video.